Welcome back, everyone. This is Architect for Abletunes. This is part 4 of our vocal processing video series. In this tutorial, we're going to be going over vocal group processing, and we're going to be going over using return tracks to send reverb and delay from the vocal group. So you'll see our vocal group here. We've got our lead, we've got our couple backgrounds, we've got some of our harmonies, and then we've got some accent vocals. So we're going to come up here, we're going to focus on our vocal group here. So once you group these vocals here, anything that you do to this group master is going to affect all of the channels the same. We're going to come over here, we've opened up an EQ8, we've got a high pass filter on it. We're taking pretty much all of this low end here. I don't want to roll it out that much. I'm going to come to about there. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to adjust a little bit of our high frequencies here. We wanted to put a little bit of a spike at around 5K, so we're going to put just a little bit there. So the next thing we've got over here is our Abletunes Easy De-esser. Even though we've got it on all of these channels individually, we want to compress them as a whole so that when S's or T's hit from individual tracks, they're all going to be hit with this multi-band Easy De-esser. So the last thing we've got on our chain is this glue compressor right here. We've got our attack rolled all the way out, got our release about midway, we've got our ratio at 4:1. What we're wanting to do with this guy is we're wanting to compress all of the vocals to really gel them together. So let's take a listen here. Let's see what we've got going on with these plugins.
Higher, take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher, take me higher. There's no better place to be. No better place. Higher, take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher, take me higher. There's no better place to be.
Notice how smooth that is. All the vocals are compressed, they're EQ'd, everything's really meshed and gelled together really well. That's what you want whenever you create a group of anything. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go over our reverb tracks right here. What you want to do is you want to come up here to create, you want to insert a return track. That's going to give you one of these returns. We've got an A for reverb and a B for delay. I've opened up one of the Ableton reverb plugins here. I've set a pretty long decay time of 5.96 seconds. I've got the size at about 28, dry wet ratio at 100%, and I've also cut some of the lows and cut some of the highs out of this. I've also turned on this spin function here, which is going to let some of the early reflections go around, and then I've hit on the chorus just a little bit as well. Let's turn our return track on and let's bring this up while the vocals play.
Take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher. Take me higher. There's no better place to be. No better place. Higher. Take me higher. We'll fly.
Notice how when you stop it now, you've got that awesome clean tail on it. Very, very cool feature there. It's sounding really good. So also what we've done here is we've EQ'd the reverb. Whenever you play this guy, you don't want too many lows in here, and there's going to be some frequencies that are just funky sounding that may make it sound metallic. So what you want to do is you want to EQ your reverb, EQ your effects is a great way to make them sound a little bit smoother and gel with the mix and sit where you want. I'll demonstrate that now.
Take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher. Take me higher. There's no better place to be.
So now you see how changing that EQ actually affects the reverb. So now we've got a good sound in reverb, we've got it EQ'd, we've got a good level set. So let's focus on our delay now. Let's bump our return track on. Let's look at what we've got here. So what we've got here, we've got our simple delay, we've got it turned on, we've got the left and right sync, we've got our feedback, which is going to be the number of times that the signal repeats, turned up to about 36%, and then we have our dry wet ratio turned up to 100%. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 16, each number switch actually represents the delay time in 16th notes. So we've got our simple delay set up here. We've also got our EQ8. We've got a high pass filter on it, a bunch of the lows cut out of it, just a little bit of a band pass here to catch from about 1K to about 8K before it starts to roll off. So that right there is going to make for a really smooth delay. So let's hit play on our vocals here and let's turn our send up to the delay and let's take a listen.
Take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher. Take me higher. There's no better place to be. No better place. Higher. Take me higher. We'll fly across the sea. Across the sea. Higher. Take me
Okay, there we go. So we're sending those from our actual group master instead of from an individual channel. You could actually get really crazy and you could send some of these to a certain specific effect. You could send a background vocal to a phaser or something like that. The possibilities are absolutely endless. So you should be well on your way to creating awesome vocal tracks now. So let's take a listen to this instrumental. Let's listen with all of our vocals and our effects all together. Here we go.
I wanna go somewhere different tonight. I wanna see someplace new and out of sight. Come with me, we can be free. Never let me go. Take my hand, stay where I am. Never let me fall. Higher, take me higher. We'll fly across the sea.
Make sure and go to abletunes.com for more templates and tutorials. This is Architect. Thank you for listening.